Shabbat shalom, everybody. There it is. So we reached the book of Exodus, the book of coming out of slavery. And I think it's appropriate that sometimes the Hebrew calendar and the other calendar are aligned, because right when we hit the book of Exodus, we're about to hit Martin Luther King Day. And just to bring in the words of Martin Luther King, that within the best of us there is some evil, and within the worst of us there is some good. When we come to see this, we take a different attitude towards individuals. The person who hates the most has some good in him. Even the nation that hates you the most has some good in it. Even the race that hates you the most has some good in it. And when you come to point that you look in the face of every man and see deep down within him what the religion calls the image of God, you begin to love him in spite. No matter what he does to you, you see God's image there. And so, are we able to see the image of God not only reflected in ourselves, but the people we resent the most? And how is that the slavery that really binds so many of us in this addiction? So we honor the Exodus with "We Shall Overcome" by Pete Seeger. And Nate, you want to introduce there's going to be some communal elements to this as well. So.
All right, so we have our Beit choir here. Give them a nice warm welcome. So as you can see, they are linking arms in a certain way. They're not just holding hands out here, because if someone tries to run through that, it's pretty easy to just run through your arms. But if you're holding your arms tight into your body and interlocking them, it's pretty hard. You create a kind of a wall of humanity. So I would ask if we could all do that right now. Let's all stand up. Let's interlock our arms. Let's do it. Let's get into it. So there's 4 different verses of this song, and they're all pretty simple. You can join in along with us. You'll catch on pretty quick if you pay attention and listen. So the first one is "We Shall Overcome." The second one is "We'll Walk Hand in Hand." The third one is "We Are Not Afraid." And the fourth one is "We Shall Live in Peace." So they'll be up on the board, and the melody's very simple. So whoever wants to join in can easily be a part of. So here we go. Laura, hit it.
Someday.
are not afraid.
We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we are not afraid today.
We shall live in peace.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall live in peace someday.
One more time, we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
All right. Thank you for that. Are the birthdays here? Miriam, where's Miriam? She coming in? Christy's here. Hi, Christy. I'm going to call you up right away. And also Terry. Come on up to light the Shabbat candles if you can. Yeah, come on. Come on, Terry. We're going to start as the winter days are upon us. Shabbat comes in earlier, so we want to kick it off with lighting the Shabbat candles. Go ahead, come on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu bemitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. I was telling the band right before we came out here when we do our little prayer. This whole week I've been, my wife and I, because we're going on vacation, just got to get through the week. Just got to get through the week. Just got to get through the week, and then we can get relax, and and vacation is wonderful, but there's something about you lose out in the moment if we're only anticipating the future. We miss out on the present, which is really all we have. And while there's a tradition that we are like always anticipating Shabbat during the week, right? We're doing things lechavod Shabbat, to honor the Shabbat and prepare for the Shabbat. The real truth is, how do we bring that sense of Shabbat into the week? How do we bring that calm and presence throughout the 6 days of madness and running around and trying to fix the world? And so I hope now that we're here, right, we can settle into that. We made it. And how do we bring Shabbat with us throughout the week? So part of what we do is we begin with Shalom Aleichem. We bring that Shabbat peace, and we greet our fellow community members. So I want you to turn to somebody you know, turn to somebody you don't know, introduce yourself, get up, find somebody, say Shabbat Shalom, introduce, and let's make community.
Lie, 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 lie. La 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 la. Shalom Alechem Malachi Asherech Malachi Elyon Mi Melech Malchi Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bohem LeShalom Malachi Ashalom Malachi Elyon Mi Melech Malchi Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lai 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 ai lai la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai 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 la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai 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 Baruni LeShalom Malachi Ashalom Malachi Elyon Mi Melech Malchi Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zeichem LeShalom Malachi Ashalom Malachi Elyon Mi Melech Malchi Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lai 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 ai lai la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai 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 la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai 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 ai lai lai ai la lai la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai 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 la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai 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 lai.
Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash. What's the new song we're bringing today? All right? What's the new song what was new today that you noticed? Huh? What, Bob? We Shall Overcome? Russell had a good one, huh? Or Lisa did, maybe. Right? What if we don't see the world new every single day? What are we learning? Then we're not learning. Right? And we as Jews, right, if we're not learning, then what's the point of living? That's really the big ethic. So we're not growing. Exactly, Vic. We're not in truth. Nate. I love it. All right, so we're going to sing a new song to God. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru Me'om, Le'om Yeshuato, Sapru V'goyim, Kevodo B'chol ha'amim niflotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Holal Mi'od, Norahu, Al Kol Elohim. La lai la lai lai, lai la lai lai, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai, ya la lai, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai lai, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai, ya la lai, ya lai la lai lai, lai lai, ya lai, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya lai lai lai. Shemo, Basru Me'om, Le'om Yeshuato, Sapru V'goyim, Kevodo B'chol ha'amim niflotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Holal Me'od, Norahu, Al Kol Elohim.
Oh, yes.
You know, I was reflecting on Rolling Stone's Shabbat, and we do this every week. We have what is what most congregations would dream of, this band and the music that we put on. So, and I say that as I'm about to ask everybody for tzedakah. Because not only do we put on incredible Shabbats and this band does incredible work, but every employee here that is willing to step into the fires, literal and metaphoric, that happen here at Beit Shuvah, is what enables us to do the life-saving work. And so we ask everybody, residents included, to continue to give back. And we do this because it's the right thing to do and we are obligated to one another. So we are passing around tzedakah boxes. Our Venmo and QR code is up on the screen. And for those of you on YouTube, you can go to our website as well to please help us save more lives. And Yesenia. So I want to call up Yesenia to give a short drosh on Teshuvah.
Hi, hello. Hello, my name is Yesenia. I'm a grateful member of this community, and I'm here to share with you what Teshuvah means to me. It's an opportunity to make a positive impact in places I once fell short. It's a great honor to stand here tonight and express my gratitude with this beautiful community. I've grown to love in my time here at BTS. I've grown and changed in ways I never imagined I'll be able to. And it's been such a blessing to myself, my family, and my fellow people. I've come to realize that there is no downside to putting down the alcohol, but only benefits and a beautiful life. Working with my amazing treatment team has shown me parts of myself I didn't know existed, and I'm so grateful for them and everybody that have helped me along the way. Today is officially my 6 months here at BTS. Thank you. Ordered by the court system due to my alcohol problem. But I will continue my stay here because I truly want to keep getting better and meet the goals I set out to reach. God willing, I will reach 7 months sober, and I've never felt so much peace and happiness. Thank you, BTS, for my life today. Shabbat Shalom.
So anybody who has a tshuva or gratitude to make, please invite you to come up and stand and form a line on my left. And yeah, we do this out loud, so you guys know the deal at this point. Come on up, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay, a very grateful member of this community. And I want to give a shout out to Terry. We have been celebrating his birthday together for half of his sobriety because we've both been here for 15 years. And I remember the big celebration when he turned 21 and he was now legal to not drink. And this one's even bigger. He's 30 today, so we cannot trust him anymore. Anyway, my husband Bob and I just wish you a very happy birthday and just keep doing all the miraculous things you do just by being yourself. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy. I'm a grateful member of this community. Hi, everybody. Lee, it's wonderful to see you here tonight. I'm so glad you're here. Glad you're here. And Terry, you and I, like Jay said, we've been doing this for over 15 years together. We've had a lot of great times together, a lot of great experiences. And I was so happy when you joined the sisterhood. And we continue to do wonderful things together. And I'm just really proud that you're my friend and a part of this community. And congratulations.
Hi, I'm Jane, a grateful member of this community. Wow, that sounds great. I've been coming to services for many, many, many years, and I never thought I'd get up here and speak ever, but this is the perfect night. I just want to give gratitude to choir, to Laura, to Nate, to Thea. Choir has given me an opportunity to breathe, and I'm just so grateful. This is the first temple I've ever belonged to in my life. Synagogue? I've ever belonged to in my life, and I realize I've needed a place that had a purpose and had a mission and for service, and I found it in Beit. And I really want to give gratitude to the choir members. I have been so touched by the love that you share with each other, the support you give to each other, you personify the slogan, "You Matter," the way you welcome each other and support each other, and it's been a gift for me, and it's really given me optimism in human beings and in recovery, and I'm a grateful member of Parent Al-Anon, so it means a lot to me to see the love, and I just want to say how grateful I am to the choir and the choir members. Thank you.
Sarah, grateful member of this community. Where is Christy? Christy, stand up. She is taking 3 years tonight, and we went through the house together. We lived in the same motels. We partied in the same areas. We come from, similar places where we did our using, and there's not many of us that have made it through these 3 years, and I'm so grateful to see you here. I love you. And happy birthday, Terry.
I'm going twice. Sorry, guys. Where's Christy?
If anybody volunteers the amount that Kathy volunteers, you are allowed to come up here as many times as you want. Okay?
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you. Thank you. Christy, where are you? I forgot to say happy birthday. I knew you when. I'm so proud of you, and congratulations.
Third time, Kathy? No? All right. All right. We're going to continue with Mizmor Shir. Just how lucky we are that we get to spend time together, right? For so long, we've forgotten what it was to build community, and here we are. We're doing it every week. So thank you for being here. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבר, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון.
band. Ted on drums. Give it up for Ted on drums. David on bass. Theo on guitar. Laura Bagnish on keys. Kent and Nate. Laura Bagnish. This is normally where we invite new residents to join us up on stage, but we don't have any this week. So I thought we'd do a little something different. If this is your first time stepping foot in this sanctuary, I want to invite you up to be welcomed by our community. So I know there's at least two people, Sue, Lisa, and the birthdays to come on up as well. So Terry, Miriam, who else was there? And Christy, come on up and stand on my right. Come on, maybe there's, come over here on this side, Sue and Lisa. Anybody else, this is the first time you're here? Come on. All right. So, where's Christy? Christy, come on, you're on this side. All right, we got to make space for them up on the stage. So this is a ritual that we do here, and we're going to do it with new members of our community. Come on, come up. All right, so you guys are going to read responsively.
If you can't see that, it's behind you too. So,
okay.
On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
May the door of this house.
You guys hold on. No, they're going to read it. Sorry. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this house be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May be too high to admit complacency, selfish and harshness.
May this house be for all who enter a doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to do this a little bit different, but we're going to do this collectively. Normally, I'd make each of you introduce and you're going to read something together, but I'm going to do it a little faster. So just tell us your name.
Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Lisa.
Steve.
Diane.
Mike.
All right, what do we say to all of the Steve, Sue, Lisa, Stephen, Diane, and Mike. Baruch haba b'shem. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life. And you're going to all say Nelech, Be'or, B'Shem, Adonai. Let us welcome to Beit Shuvah. All right, now come over here. Come on up. I'm doing this because I had like some good Torah that I needed to share. So it's purely selfish. In this week's Torah portion, Moses is shepherding his flock. And it says that he takes them achar hamidbar, past the midbar. And the rabbis ask, well, what was he doing? And that's where he encounters the burning bush. And the rabbis ask, well, what was so special about Moses that he was chosen? And they say when he was going out past the midbar, there was one sheep that strayed away, that deviated from the herd, and he was chasing after it. And he had compassion on this sheep, put the sheep on his shoulders, and carried it back to the flock. And that's why God saw, okay, if you can be compassionate enough with one sheep, all the more so with my people. We need compassion. We're all that strayed sheep that's gone awry. We've all missed the mark. We've all missed the boat. We've all got lost from the herd. And community our friendships, right? The people who we care about are Moses carrying us back to be shepherd. And so we welcome you into this community. Whether you're here just for one night, where you're visiting from Northern California or Boston, or visiting somebody who is here, right? That you're all part of the tribe. And so we ask and we say, when you feel like you're going astray and you're all alone, we ask you to do one thing, and that is hold on. So welcome to Beit Shuvah, and thank you for letting me share this with you as well. Welcome. Thank you. So these two right here. Oh, go ahead. Go. Sue and Lisa. Sue is part of our spiritual counseling training certificate program, which just kicked off this week. So we finished a really intensive week of learning together, and it's been awesome. And Lisa is a rabbinical student at Hebrew College, where we were able to learn with them last year? It was this 2022, right? We did a whole spring semester with them virtually, and we hope that over the summer you'll be joining us as an intern as well. So, okay, where are we? So we just welcomed new people into our community, and now we'll welcome the Shabbat bride. So I invite everybody to rise for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi'anu El ha'meyochad Adonai echad O shemo echad L'shemo tiferet Ve'eliti la Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lecho v'nelcha ki hi mekor ha'beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri kiva orech kumi uri shidaberi kevod Adonai alaik nigla lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Everyone, please turn and face the doorway as we welcome in the Shabbos bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzola Tzorch emunei am segula Boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat
Have a seat. We move to a prayer for healing. And there are many in our community that are in need of healing. Not only all of us, but those of us who are in need of both physical and spiritual healing. And so For anybody on YouTube, if there's a name you want to put in the chat, please go ahead and do so now. And for those here in the sanctuary, if there's somebody you're holding in your heart, somebody who is in need of healing, please go ahead and shout their names out now. All who are in need of healing be healed with refuah shlema, complete healing of mind, body, and spirit. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. We invite everybody to rise for the Baruch Hu.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamivorach Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Hamivorach Leolam Vaed Hamivorach Hamivorach Leolam Vaed Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
Seated, we'll continue with the Shema and Ve'ahavta.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto v'to le'olam va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
A few words of Torah. I got in trouble more than once as a kid for playing with fire. The worst of which was when I got expelled from my Jewish day school for starting a fire. I was the kid who was lighting hairspray on fire while the rabbi was writing on the blackboard. Don't get any ideas, okay? But I've always, I mean, part of it is maybe I'm a shamash, right? Part of it is in my namesake that I am supposed to be lighting other fires. But these have always been fires that have burned out of control, that have caused wreckage, that have caused pain, problems. One of the things that Gabor Mate writes in the realm of Hungry Ghosts, he says, passion is divine fire. It enlivens and makes holy. It gives light and yields inspiration. Passion is generous because it's not ego-driven. Addiction is self-centered. Passion gives and enriches. Addiction is a thief. Passion is a source of truth and enlightenment. Addictive behaviors lead you into darkness. You are more alive when you are passionate, and you triumph whether or not you attain your goal, but an addiction requires a specific outcome that feeds the ego. Without that outcome, the ego feels empty and deprived, a consuming passion that you are helpless to resist, no matter what the consequences are in addiction, right? When we're passionate, when we have that fire burning, fantastic. But if that passion is out of bounds, unleashed, ego-driven, it can cause wreckage, it can cause pain, it can burn a lot of people. Which is why I've always been fascinated by the burning bush. It's a fire that burns but does not consume. It is contained. It is not out of bounds. And when Moses encounters this, the Torah is really peculiar in the description. It says, Moses turns aside in order to look. And when God sees that Moses turned aside in order to look, that's when God spoke to Moses out of the fire, out of the flames, out of that place of passion and desire and burning to do something, to come alive, to awaken. But maybe he lost his way. He, ran away from his past. He ran away from the fact that His passion led to his murdering of an Egyptian. His passion led to, while he wanted to stand up for injustice, he hurt somebody. And sometimes when we're thrust with that pain of our past, we're a little afraid to maybe play with that fire again, because we don't want to hurt. We don't want to cause damage. We don't want to cause wreckage. And here is God calling to Moses. Moses! And he has the recognition this time to say, Hineni, here I am. And he is charged with the task to bring his fellows, his brothers and sisters, out of slavery, out of bondage. And his response is so human. Mi anochi. Who am I? Who am I? You want me to go advocate to the most powerful person in the world? The Pharaoh? The king of Egypt? Me? Don't you know what I've done? Don't you know the pain I've caused? Me? Find somebody else. Please. Just find. And God provides miracles and reassures him and tells him, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You're my guy. And Moses, don't you know I'm not a man of words. I stutter. I can't do this. How am I gonna do this, God? I can't. Find somebody else. And that's when God says to him something fascinating. He says, go. Now go. And I'm going to be with your mouth. And I'm going to instruct you what to say. I'm going to be with you in the place that you fear the most. I'm going to be with you in the places that you are so insecure that you're not sure what to do, but trust that I will be with you there and I'll teach you. But you need to go. You can't hide anymore. You're a great shepherd, but there's something greater. You're an even better leader that you haven't stepped into yet. And so that passion burns with all of us. And maybe it's a trip that here I am, standing up here, staring at this fire, right? That is burning, and definitely it was consuming a house. So this is not the same from the burning bush, okay? But what is the fire that needs to burn brighter in each of us? What is the passion that we can shift the passion, the egocentric addiction into fueling that fire for God, right? That fire for something greater than myself that I'm willing to serve and willing to be a part of. That's what getting out of slavery is all about. It's recognizing that the awakening begins with myself, with each of us. And then, like we locked arm in arm, we do that with our entire people and an entire nation and an entire world. Shabbat Shalom. Thea wrote a whole song about this. It's called Play with Fire. And so let's enjoy this.
One, two, three, four.
I've been burned, I've got scars, 'cause I used to play with fire. Used to walk to the beat of the street, and 'cause I played with fire. Every day
All right. Amazing. So we get to celebrate a few birthdays tonight as well. Miriam is not here, but for 3 years, Miriam, why? So give it up for Miriam. And for Christy S. for 3 years, so come on up, Christy. And share some words of wisdom with us, and then followed by Terry for 30 years. So come on, Christy. And come on. Don't be shy. This is, you can have your pick, whether you want, it's both strength, gevura, so a little gift as a birthday present from us. So pick gold or silver, whichever one you want.
Thank you. I'll take silver.
Great. That's
Thank
first.
you.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
Your stage is yours.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Christy. Oh, I can take my mask away. Hi, I'm Christy, and I've been a member of this community for 3 years. This is my first time taking a cake in person, so it's exactly as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be. I came to Beit January 7th, 2020, after a 17-year-long addiction to the stimulant that starts with M. My son's back there, so I don't want to say what it is, but it was pretty intense. And so, like, when the psychology of change started to, like, kick in, and I started to realize, you know, okay, is this what I'm going to do? This is what I'm doing. Okay, what's it going to look like? Like, I was just always, like, one thing that was consistent from then and now is, like, I was always curious. I was curious, like, really curious about, like, who I really am, who I could be. I was worried that, like, if I didn't just act on it now, like, I was just going to lose whatever light or whatever potential I had in myself. So I think that curiosity was a huge driving force in, like, why I'm still here today, doing it. And like, the theme of this year was that, like, I feel like I really met myself. I was driving down the freeway listening to the lyrics of a song. I know Adam Mark Anthony knows this song. But I don't want to recite it. But basically, it was, what it struck in me was that, like, I felt like the two worlds collided. Like, that old person, like the old me that was, like, wondering about who I really was, had, like, met that person. Like, I actually felt like I had stepped into those shoes, and, like, I actually met myself. And that was like, I was driving down the 405, and I'll never forget that moment. I'm like, whoa, it was just one of those, you know, my vision got brighter. And so I don't know, either way, I'm so grateful that, like, yeah, I think, like, everything about my world now, I'm in school, studying photography. That's my passion. That's what I, like, let go of 17 years ago. And I'm, like, a completely different parent, and I go out dancing on the weekends, and, like, and I'm trying to balance that all. But, like, the biggest change is the landscape within my head, like, the way I think now. And just the last thing I'll say was, one of the things that I keep remembering is, like, I feel like there's 3 parts to a moment. It's just, like, the moment itself when you're just in it, and then there's the acknowledgement of the fact that, like, you're feeling something, and then I try to be watchful of what the story is I tell myself about that feeling, because that's, like, in that story is where things really can go, like, really left. Really quickly. So I'm, like, watchful of what that story is. And sometimes all I can do is just acknowledge the fact that I'm feeling a certain way. I can't even, get past that. But that's a really big improvement. So thank you for having me here.
And Terry for 30 years. All right.
I'm Terry. I'm an alcoholic. And I was a grateful member of this community. And I also did some drugs, too, along the way. Humbled and super grateful. And, the way it started out for me, I drank and I used. I couldn't stop. And I couldn't stop when my son was born. I wanted to stop. 2.5 years later, I wanted to stop when my daughter was born, and I couldn't stop. And I remember, my greatest fear was, I had lost my father as a 6-year-old, and I wanted to spare my kids the pain of abandonment, and I still couldn't stop. I worried that one day they would find me one morning in a pool of sweat and grease in that little room that I used to do my thing at. And it was my biggest fear. And what finally happened was, I found myself laying on a mattress in the 3rd bedroom. I had long since lost bedroom privileges with my wife. And I laid there, and I remember saying to myself, you're a failure. You're a failure. Everything you have done has failed. The one thing I was never able to do was to remove the obsession from myself. I couldn't do that. And I laid there and I said, okay, you might as well give this God thing one more try. And I laid there and I said, if you're there, you take it. I can't handle it anymore. And that was kind of the beginning for me. I didn't have a white light, fall to your knees, experience like it says in the big book, but it was the beginning of a series of events that led to where I am today. And Beit Teshuvah, I found 15 years ago. I was introduced to it by a friend. And it spoke to me immediately. And I knew at the time that I needed to be here. And I figured, if all I got, if I came here every Friday night and the only thing I got was an extra 2 hours of God a week, I'd be a winner, And instead, I got so much more, I was welcomed in I've made so many friends, not the least of which is, I guess, about a 5-year run with the Sisterhood. I think I was the first man to be an officer in the Sisterhood. They welcomed me in and accepted me as one of theirs, and it's been a great experience. I was bar mitzvahed here. It's been an incredible experience, and I'm very grateful. And I want to thank all my friends who came out to support me. It's really an honor. But I have to mention one person who has been here every year for the last, every year that I've taken a cake here, and who's not here tonight, and that's Howard Sutton. And so with that, I'm very grateful, and thanks for sharing my birthday with me.
So if you're here with Terry and Christy, where are you? Oh, you're over there. I was looking for you over there. Why don't you bring your family and loved ones up so that
Come on up.
we can present a cake to them and sing happy birthday.
Come on, Christy. Here, watch out, Catherine.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Christy and Terry. Happy birthday to you.
coming back sober.
Oh, there's nothing like ritual, right? Can you imagine a birthday if your parents didn't bring you a cake and blow out candles, right? Like there's something missing as a child, right? Right? So it's like how important it is that we really celebrate that and do that little ritual. Yeah. Like rapping for Oseh Shalom is also another ritual. So I'm going to call out Jade to come on up and share the stage for Oseh Shalom.
All right, Jade.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
When I catch the magic that explains why we are here, you know that feeling is the science to explain and make both a theory of an ends beginning. Just any space and time by simply crossing through the middle and connecting both the lines. I parallel every existence, reflect the future's past of all that is, was, and will be. Forever, never lasting, standing yesterday, tomorrow, in the middle of today. I for a moment, just a moment, take the time to contemplate. I live in a life where I'm free from the war inside my mind, from the them against me. I was afraid to surrender, didn't want to lose control, but in the end, all I had was a hole in my soul. I found a spiritual answer to my alcoholic mind. Community, connection, love, and spirit be my guide. Another chance at life, in hopes that we will soar. Thank you, God. Every day we walk through Beit to Shabbat joy.
Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Give it up for Jade. Was that Nadine that came out?
A little bit at the end, that's, yeah.
Have you all been introduced to Nadine?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Some of them have.
Tell them about it. Or her. Or
her. Yeah.
Or it.
Kind of. It's like the upper register kind of high diva voice.
Can we get an example?
Yeah, I don't know if they heard, maybe they missed it.
The last note, that was it.
I guess you'll have to come back next week.
Yeah, come back next week. We might do more falsetto things. Who knows? You never know what you're gonna get. So that's part of the fun around here too. Is
Right.
you know, every other service they do the same stuff every week. We don't do that.
Maybe we do one service where it's all Cantor Nadine.
All falsetto voice stuff. That would be interesting.
Too
I don't know
much?
if you guys would like that.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to continue with Aleinu, so I want to invite everybody who can to rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יחיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You're going to have a seat. If you didn't know already, but we're in the midst of a fentanyl epidemic. And every week, this list gets longer and longer. And so we want to send condolences to the families and friends of Austin Long, Adam Rich, and Maxwell Collins, former residents who are no longer with us. And also to the family of Julie DeMaio on the loss of her uncle, Salvo Maio. And Helen Sands, who's not here, when she's amazingly sometimes the first one to know. She ends her emails to me saying, "Make it stop." And like, oh, how I dream if we could just make it stop. And so we honor the memories and the lives of those that we've lost. Zenaida Zuskrun, Aharon Ben Yehuda, Dr. Saul Block, Mandy Benayim, Adam Aarons, William Lurie, Judy Burke, Norman Scharf, Fred Rothschild, Mark Kessler, Henry Hank Schrimmer, Joyce Powell, Enosi Blumenkrantz, Stephen Grossman, Leon Perrick, Robert Gorsey, Gary Mintz, Marilyn Buckley, Estelle Carlton, Patricia Blumenkrantz, Jessica Bayer, Matt Pollinger, Orion Brown, Carlos Catano Rios, Linus Stern, Lucy Franco, David Gallardo Sr., Bernard J. Alpern, Hunter Venturelli, Faina Trilina, Lieutenant Mark Fleischman, Dr. Vinay Sundaram, Eleanor Gassaway, Zev Ben Shmuel Yaakov, Erwin Belsky, Clayton Leon Cochran, Melvin Nimoy, Simcha Farkas, Lauren Avinia, Leslie Barnett, Phyllis Siegel, Dennis Sherman, Jennifer Weller, Boris Katrik, Howard Sutton, Malcolm Jack III, Wayne Kahn, Myron Keene, Michelle Rosenblum, Naum Srilin, Marvin Jones, Salvo Maio, Austin Long, Adam Rich, and Maxwell Collins. And we also commemorate the Yortzites of those this week: Jerry Borovitz, Stuart Borovitz, Ellie Silk, Hetty Orden, Irving Applebaum, Robert Wiviot, Roger Goodwin, Sandy Gersh, Peter Richmond, Evelyn Glodney, Rose Cohen, Max D. Light, Ross Muller, Norma Bory, Dan Dworsky, Sadie Silverberg, Susan Sunkin, Annette Gordon, Benedict Cohn, and Elsie Maybrook. For those on YouTube, if you're remembering someone, please go ahead and put their names in the chat. And for those in our sanctuary, we invite those who are remembering somebody to please rise. And again, if you see somebody standing alone, our tradition is that nobody stands alone, so please stand next to or put your arm around, and we'll ask you to share their names. The words of Kaddish Tome, Mourner's Kaddish, are up on the screen. Yitzgadal v'yitzgadash shemeh rabbah, ve'alma divarach yiruteh ve'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'vchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael b'imru. Amen. May the memories of those we have lost be remembered for a blessing, and let us say amen. You can have a seat. Just a couple of announcements. Our 31st annual gala is almost here, approaching very quickly. Gala. We're going to Shabbat sponsors first. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul and Andy, for sponsoring Shabbat, as always. I'm going to go in that order. And if there's anybody else who wants to sponsor Shabbat, and then we're always takers. Do, 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 do. Okay. Gala is coming up February 26th. It's almost here. 31st annual gala, 5 p.m. at the Beverly Hilton. this year honoring Saul and Joyce Brandman Foundation. So please purchase your tickets because this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. This is where really allows us to do the magical work that we do. So please, please come, invite your friends. If you can't make it, will help us get other people there, right? Yeah, Sarah, good? Okay. Marathon, Running for Recovery. Give it up for our marathoners. So March 19th, that's when we're running for the 9th consecutive year. For more information, if you want to support our marathoners, there's our Venmo or on our website page, and you can get in touch with Sarah Jacobs for more information. We are excited for Alumni Shabbat. Alumni Shabbat was such a hit last year, we're deciding to do it twice this year because, frankly, our alumni are the greatest thing that we get to celebrate. So February 10th, we're going to have a nosh at 6 o'clock. It's not a pregame. Pregame involves drinks. We don't do that. So we're going to have a nosh at 6 o'clock. We get schmooze, take pictures and everything, and then our service is at 6:30 because you know what Harriet says, if you don't come to visit. So, and we want to have dinner. We're hoping our kitchen will be up by then, maybe, Russell? By June 6th. So hopefully we can have a dinner there. We might need some sponsors for that. So choir. Yes. Yay, choirs give it up for our choir that sang tonight. Who is in there? If you're in the choir, please rise. Please rise. Jonathan, Jade, Jeff, Nate, Octavian, Susie. Where's Bridie? Bridie's also hiding. Where's Bridie? Well, so give it up. We're here every Wednesdays with Kathy. So please come. I mean, with Laura Baggish. How did I? I don't know. I'm looking at you and say. Anyway, okay. See.
Kathy, you can do everything, I know.
So please come sing with us and share your voice. And then, again, Mazel Tov to our 3 birthdays. And if you want to take a cake or sponsor Shabbat again, contact Sarah Jacobs over there. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you to our band, to everybody behind the scenes, Miles, Noam, Corey, Erica, Jade, Samantha, Jesse, who's not here, Max, who's not here, Austin, who's in here, and Austin's back there, and why do I always do this? See, this is where...
He's not here. Sam's here.
Sam's doing that.
Yeah.
All right, well, Austin gets some kudos, too. All right, let's close with May the Words. Let's get up on our feet for this one, huh?
May the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable
All right, Laura. 10 with the big drum fills. All right, everyone, please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Good Shabbos, everyone.